Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And for those who don't know me, my name is Nico Murillo, and I'm the chair of Texans for Safe Access. I'm so excited to introduce to you Dr. Darina Douchi. She is a Cannabiniologist Clinical Pharmacist specializing in pain and psychiatric medicine. And she is also a retired major from the U.S. Army with nearly 9 years of service. And she's a wealth of knowledge in the field of clinical pharmacy, pain, and psychiatric medicine, focusing on the Army Warrior Transition Unit soldiers. During her service, she endured a major back injury that manifested into chronic pain, migraines, and a lieu of ailments relating to her back injury, like depression, insomnia, and anxiety. Knowing how quickly she could become addicted to opioids, giving her chronic conditions and the combination of medication she was on, she refused the standard opioids as treatment option and became interested in the medical benefits of cannabis. During her free time, Dr. Darina spends her time gardening with her family and with and cooking. So I want to bring on Dr. Darina now, and there we go.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Darina. How are you doing?
Good. And you? Thanks
I'm
for having
doing
me.
great. Hey, thanks for being here. So, Darina, I wanted to bring you on today, and I just wanted to hear your testimonial. You have such a great bucket of knowledge being a cannabinologist, clinical pharmacist. That's a mouthful, as well as a retired major. So, can you tell us a little bit about your life and what brought you here to this movement?
Well, back in 2009, I decided to join the military, and it was one of the best decisions I made in my life. I had already served as a pharmacist for about 7-8 years, but then I decided to join the military. And during one of the trainings, actually, I fell badly on my back and hurt my back. I didn't think much of it at that point, but then I got in a minor car accident, and then my pain started getting worse to where my arm is numb and my leg is numb and my headache and migraine, and I can't sleep because of my pain, and I'm getting really irritable. My kids were at that time, they were like about 12 and 9 years old. Anything they do was just pushing on my nerves. So finally I went to the doctor, and they referred me to an orthopedic surgeon actually at that point. And he took an X-ray. Of course, when I hurt my back during that injury, I didn't bother to go to the emergency room because I'm this tough officer that I'm just not going to do that. And it literally knocked the wind out of my chest. But I still wanted to play the tough officer, just didn't want that stigma to be stuck to me. Female officer, the first fall, she goes to that emergency room. So when he did the X-ray, he was like, "When did you break your back?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Well, you've cracked 4 of your thoracic vertebrae. Those are the ones behind, the chest, basically." And he showed me, he's like, "Well, the good thing is that they've healed. And that's probably why you're having back problems all along, is that your back, even though it held that crack well in place, but it compensated somehow through your muscles." And I started to develop kyphosis, where you're leaning over, you're getting that bent, and then I was forming scoliosis, so my spinal cord is leaning to one direction, and it's putting so much stress on my neck, so I'm getting the migraine. So sitting down was just not comfortable. I ended up trying basically every possible medication. When I say every possible medication that whenever I was at the pharmacy, I was in, I was in the pharmacy, but I would tell one of my officers to fill it for me. And I would be so embarrassed. So one of my warrior patients, actually WQ patients, one time was saying, "Why can't why can't you guys just give us cannabis?" In my head, being closed-minded, brainwashed pharmacist I'm thinking, "Oh, he's one of those," right? Seriously, I'm thinking, "Oh, he's one of those. He just wants to get high. He just wants to have fun, and he thinks this is fun." Here I am. I've spent all my life trying to become really good at what I do, and I have somebody who wants to throw cannabis at me. And I said, "Well, you know what? I'm sure it has its medicinal uses, but here in the military, it's prohibited, and we can't discuss that." And I closed the topic. Then a few months later, a friend of mine who had migraine, I was telling her about how badly my situation was, and she's like, "I wish you can use medical marijuana." And at that point, I was stationed at the National Training Center, the NTC in California, where it was legal to use medical cannabis, but not for military. But she was on it because she was a civilian. And I said, "What is it really helping?" She's like, "Oh my God, it's been a miracle drug for me. I don't do anything else. I take it and my migraine is gone and I can deal with my husband and my 3 kids." I still wasn't convinced. Things got really worse, much worse, around 2014 when I moved to Texas, and to the point where sleeping was almost non-existent for me. Even if I take sleeping medications, was almost non-existent. And that's when I started looking into the cannabis. And I asked the neurologist, the pain specialist that was taking care of me, if he would give me actually Marinol at that point, which is a CBD. And he's like, "I'm so sorry. I know you're reading studies about that. We just can't. It's not FDA approved." I said, "You always use stuff off label." He's like, "Yeah, not this one. We're not allowed to mess with this one." I'm like, "I run the pharmacy. You're telling me you can't?" He's like, "Yeah, we can." So they wouldn't give it to me, and they were suggesting opiate this, nerve block that, put a neurostimulator in your spine, and they're getting so creative, and I'm just scared. I really was scared to do any of this. And the more I started reading, I realized that was it. I needed to try this. And my only solution was get out of the military, be a free bird, and you take care of your life. So 2015, I got promoted to major. And then, I'm sorry, 2017, I got promoted to major. And instead of staying in, I said goodbye. And everybody was surprised. And I said, "Well, I have to take care of myself." And that's when I started researching what product I should use, whose product, and I got so versed into, and I just dived in. I dove in like head first, and I realized how big this industry was, and the possibilities were endless. And my one turning point was March of 2019. I finally had the gut to use it, because all along I was really scared. So I was actually flying to California to attend a major pharmacy conference, and I hit bottom low at that point. Flying there, I tried to take my Imitrex for my migraine. I wouldn't go away. I'm taking the naproxen, not going away. Took another Imitrex. By then, I'm maxed out. Sorry. And I can't see in front of me. I was just blinded by the pain. And then it dawned on me, I'm in California. I can go to a dispensary and try something. This is it. I'm going to do it. So I went to dispensary, and I was so scared because I'm looking around me, every stereotypical, description of human being that I've heard are bad for you were in that dispensary. They're by far the nicest people I had met. And I went there. I was so embarrassed. I didn't even tell them what I do, who I am, any of that stuff. I just said, "I have pain. I have really bad migraine pain. What do you recommend?" And he pulled this bottle of oil that's 2 parts CBD, 1 part THC, and it was in emo oil, the bird emo. And I came to the hotel, and I was so scared. And he said, "Do 10 drops." And I said, "Okay." And I came to the room, and I was so scared. I was freaking out. I don't know. I've never tried cannabis before. I don't know what it's going to do to me. Right? And I've read that it's safe, but when you're putting it in your body. So I did 5 drops. About 15, 20 minutes later, I felt sleepy. So I put my head down. I maybe napped for 15, 20 minutes, which I didn't feel sleepy before that, but probably THC made me a little sleepy. I woke up, and it was like a whole new day, whole new life. I can see everything in front of me. The pain was gone, and I became a believer. That was my moment.
Well, no, I mean, we're so grateful because you left a life of service for our country and joined this fight for this plant medicine, which needs people like you, and definitely veterans help validate a lot of our fights and trying to bring this to patients. So you're brave for leaving your career and everything you've known to come on this side.
Worth it.
Yeah. Thanks.
And I will continue to tell my story, because I have been truly criticized a lot by folks in the military, my colleagues in the military, by medical professional colleagues in the pharmacy and the medical industry. When I tell them that, their first answer is like, "Oh, you're heading that way too, huh?" I'm like, no, let me educate you. And then when I start educating people, they start, they scratch their head and they're like, well, I guess I've been hearing a lot about it, but they're still very stubborn to accept that there is a process.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's so much education still left to do, and that's why we here at Texans for Safe Access are so thrilled to have access to doctors and pharmacists like you to help us bring this education to the public. And we know that there's still a lot more work to do. So, if you or anyone you know is a physician or doctor and wants a community to come to learn about this medicine, I would recommend y'all come to our chapter and learn from great people like Dr. Darina and Dr. Olga is one of our other physicians that has a bucket of knowledge that is invaluable for our movement. So, Dr. Darina, is there anything else you would like to add before we sign off? I just want to thank you so much for coming here today and sharing your story.
To the patients out there, I want them to start to take charge of their own health. Just because doctors say so, I respect doctors, I respect pharmacists, but their knowledge is limited to what they read and what they are brainwashed by. Start reading, start researching, ask people. The old days, medicine was not enforced by politics. In today's world, especially in America, the pharmaceutical industries truly run the show. So it is to their advantage to tell you not to go with a natural plant. It's to their advantage to have you use a product that they solicit. So do your own homework, reach out to a professional community like this. And there are many other professional communities out there. Your doctor might not know the answer and might actually tell you to go away or I will not take care of you. Like one of the latest psychiatrists I was referred to by the VA because I take CBD actually told me you either have to get off the CBD or we can't take care of you. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not getting off the CBD. I will stick to it. And I'm just going to find me another doctor. So educate your doctor, educate your pharmacist, put that pressure on them. So they start to listen. It's the normal life. Now, this is the norm. The norm is that everybody's going to start taking it. Just wait. Just like everybody now is used to taking a Tylenol or an Advil when they have a headache. Before you know it, people are going to start taking cannabis oil for different ailments.
Yes, let's hope so. Well, thank you so much again, Dr. Darina. Thank you for your knowledge and for your service to our country and for fighting for us here in Texas. So,
My pleasure.
Thanks. All right, so I just wanted to sign off and tell y'all all thank you so much for joining us. Patient testimonials are at the core of our chapter, and we believe they offer a window into patients' lives that are using medical cannabis, and that is what helps break the stigma. So if you or anyone that you know wants to share their story with us, please contact us. You can follow us on our website, and please make sure to tune in and hear more patient stories. We believe that they're what makes change. Thank you so much.